Howdy folks, welcome to Katie Phillips Scrapbook Designs. I'm Katie and today we're going to continue working on the Hello Again album. For this album we're using the Hello Again collection by Caitlin Schaefer for Echo Park. And today we're going to work on the matting for fin number 2. I'm trying to keep these videos shorter than I have in the past, so we're just going to do one fin at a time for now. For this fin we're going to need, let me grab my notes. Okay, the mat for this page is going to be 5 3/4 inches wide by 2 3/4 inches tall. We need 2 of those. For the pocket down here, this is 5 3/4 by 1 3/4. We need 1 of those. Then for this section right here, that's 5 3/4 by 4 1/2. We need 1 of those. And then we need 2 at 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. And we need 2 at 5 1/4 by 4 3/4. And we're probably going to be doing some collaging of papers to make sure that we have enough paper to get to the end of the album. But you know what? I'm not going to worry about it too much because we only have 3 fins. So that's probably not going to be too big of a problem. So to start off with, let me find some paper, a pattern that we haven't used yet that I like. Not a big fan of this one. Used that one earlier. We used this one already. We have not used this one or this one, and this is the only of this one that comes in the collection because it's the 3x4s are on the other side of it, and the other set of 3x4s are on the back of the cover page. So we've used that one and that one. All right, so let's focus on this one. And we haven't done a whole lot of that one yet, so let's do some of that one. This is going to be 2 3/4, and I always cut I try to cut the shortest cut first or the smallest cut first because that leaves the biggest chunk of additional paper over here. So 2 3/4 by 5 3/4. We actually need 2 of those, and I'm going to see if we've got a solid cardstock that will work for that. You know what, I haven't cut into this yet. So let's go 2 3/4 by 5 3/4. So now we've got 2 of those. Then we need, what do we need? 5 3/4 by 1 3/4. What do I want to do for that? It's 1 3/4 by 5 3/4 for the bit above the pocket. So it's 4 3/4. Actually, what, 5 3/4 by 4 1/2. It's gonna be a little bit different looking, but you know what? That's okay. Now for this photo mat that holds everything in place, we want 2 at 5 by 5. So we actually want 4 3/4 squared for that. So ignore what I said earlier. We want 4 3/4 squared. And we want 2 of that. Okay, now we need 2 base page mats at 5 3/4 squared. I didn't even think about that, but you know what? That looks okay to me. If you didn't see my last video, be sure to check that out. That was the first video that I did with the new crafting table slash backdrop. Let me know what you think. The poster board that I had been using as a backdrop for my crafting was looking pretty bad. And I wanted to go with something a little bit different. I don't know if it's the tabletop or if it's the overhead lighting or the way the lighting is arranged here, but I'm able to get a much higher f-stop on this, which means that everything stays in focus a little bit better while I'm working. This piece, I am going to clip these corners just a little bit. Don't want to clip them too much, but do want to clip them a bit so that they'll slide in a little bit easier. And we're going to use Aleene's. So by saying that I don't want to jinx myself, that means that I'm not going to jinx myself, right? Or did I just jinx myself by bringing it up? Okay, so we're on to page number 4, and this is a waterfall that is magnetized onto a belly band. For the belly band, this mat's 5 3/4 by 1 1/4 inches. For this mat, it's 4 3/4 squared. We need 2 of those. And for the base page, it's 5 3/4 inches squared, just like the others. For this page, I want to say this is, what size is this? I did not write it down. It is 5 1/2 inches wide by 5 1/2 inches tall. So we're going to go with 5 1/4 squared for the mats for that piece. And for the waterfall, we're going to have several mats that are 3/8 of an inch tall by 5 1/2 inches wide. We have 1, 2, 4, 5 of those. And we're gonna have 12 mats that are 2 3/4 inches tall by, I think it was 1 1/4 inches wide. Yes, by 1 1/4 inches wide. And the idea is they're going to be on one side and then maybe on the back side over here, then there and then there. So let's see how that goes. All right, we're just about done. All we have left to do is the insert for this page. And the inserts are 5 3/4 inches squared. I'm going to round the corners on these. And I'm going to grab my fossilized amber distress oxide and ink around the edges. Regular distress ink would also work for this. Does not have to be distress oxide. Your color might be slightly less intense with the regular distress ink. So I said this was 5 3/4 squared, which means that we want a mat that is a 5.5 by 5.5. And we're also going to round the corners on that. And before we glue everything down, I'm going to grab, let's see, which one do I want? Let's go with the second one, Loving. And I'm going to line these inserts up. And just like with Going, I'm going to add art glitter glue to the very bottom just because I don't fully trust the adhesive to hold. So I'm adding that on both sides. And I am eyeballing the center here. And fold that over and press down. And somewhere around here is my... Okay, I've got a blue scoring tool around here somewhere. It's on my desk. There it is. It blends in so well with some of these papers that I just flat out couldn't see it. And if you want to see the videos for constructing these base pages, be sure and check out the playlist in the description box down below. I'll have all of the previous videos linked down there, as well as any materials that are available in first run stores that I'm able to find. I found this collection at Tuesday Morning, so there's no telling if it's still available at Amazon or wherever, but I will look and see if I can find it. Sometimes you get lucky at Tuesday Morning and find something that's still in first run retail for sale at Tuesday Morning, but that's not very often. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask them in the description box down below. I would love to answer any questions that you've got. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. It really helps the channel out, helps get this video and my other videos out in front of other people who are interested in watching and learning how to make mini albums. And subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. I release new videos every Sunday and Wednesday. Next video will be finishing thin number 3. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.